Hey guys, so as a lot of you know, the game frame is going to ship with an option for either having a clock or a game. In the original Kickstarter video I showed off the Breakout clone game that's embedded in there, and about halfway through the Kickstarter a lot of you guys suggested a great idea, which was to include clock functionality in the game frame. So we hit that $100,000 Kickstarter goal and stretch goal, and I included the extra clock hardware on the controller board. But there's not enough room inside of the flash ROM to store both the game and the clock. So you guys are going to have to choose which one do you want. I wanted to show you an example of each so that you know what you're choosing from. Don't worry though, you can always install either firmware on your own, and I'll explain how to do that later using a $20 cable. Okay, so here's the two options here. On the left we have my breadboard prototype running the clock, and on the right we have an early prototype frame with different buttons. Ignore the buttons, but the screen is the same. So yeah, let's look at the clock first, because you haven't seen that yet. So this is the final eBoys skin that is going to ship on the game frame by default. They've actually designed an additional 3 other skins, possibly 4, and skinning, and those are all going to be included on the SD card, and you can change them out really easily. But the cool thing about the clock, in my opinion, is that it is totally skinnable. So all of the numbers that you see there are on a graphic sheet that basically has 0 through 9. And those numbers are taken from that sheet and used to construct the clock. There's also the second hand that you see ticking around the edge. That second hand can actually be skinned as well for any pixel around the circumference. So every single dot around the border can actually be a different color. And you define that in the same skin file. It also supports, 12-hour, 24-hour modes, and you can turn off the second hand, and there's a couple other options. So let me just briefly show you how it works. So if you there's no battery on the game frame, so obviously if you lose power, it's blinky 12 o'clock time. So we just booted the game frame. Can you see my buttons up there? I'm gonna zoom it. Here we go. There. So these are basically the buttons on top of the game frame. This is the menu button. This is next. Oh, awesome! Demo time. All right, take 2. So here we are, booting the game frame, and we just hit the menu button to go into the menu. We keep hitting it until we get to the clock icon. Hit the next button to enter clock mode, and here's set your clock. So let's see, what time is it right now? It's 12:31. So great, we're already on 12, so I'm just going to hit the next button. That will take me over to the minutes, and then I just hold down menu until it gets to the time. And this is a chance for you to see all the different color of the numbers too. And when we get there we go, we just hit next. That locks in the time, and it starts ticking the seconds from the 12 o'clock pixel, which is upper left. And that's that. If you ever need to set the clock again, you can just hit the next button, and it takes you back into clock set mode, and you do whatever you need. You can go back and use the other game frame stuff where you're just browsing images. You can use basically use the game frame as normal, and then whenever you want to get back to the clock, you just go back here, hit next. Because you've already set it, it knows that, and there you go. That's clock. I think it's pretty cool, but I'm also super partial to the game. So this is the Breakout clone that I made. Maybe I should call it bricks or something, but it's what it is. So you get there same way. So if you go into the menus, if you turn on the game frame, or you're using the game frame and you go into the menus, it's going to be the last one on the far right. This one says play. You hit that, and now you're playing. The menu button takes you, moves the panel left, and the next button moves the panel right. And every block that you hit speeds the game up ever so slightly. So by the end, the game's actually pretty fast. And there's very rudimentary physics for hitting the ball on either side of the paddle and sending it off in one direction or the other. And that's pretty much it. You only get one life, so it's very challenging. And if you die, you see an explosion animation, and if you win, you see something else, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. It's not that fancy. It's just exciting because it's a secret. So that's it. So that's your choice. You got to choose now. Is it going to be game or watch? Because I know Nintendo did game and watch, but here in 2014 we can only pick one. So what's it going to be? Game, which this isn't a game. That's a game. Game or watch. Your choice. And if you do want to change the firmware out, it's just a matter of getting a, what this is called an FTDI USB adapter. I think they're like $17 on Amazon. They plug into USB mini cables, or you can get a cable that has it built in for like 20 bucks. So, there you go. Happy choosing. Thanks for watching. Bye.